Alright guys, back here again. This video will not be like one of my usual videos. I just wanted to kind of take a look at what's going on in the world right now. I have some major allergies going on this summer for whatever reason, so bear with me, and we're going to get into it here. So, if you've been following the news at all, then you know the economy's back in a so-called recession. My view on that is we never left the recession because it's just being papered over by the government trying to stay in power. And now we have millions of migrants coming over because their countries have been economically and militarily destroyed, and they're going to jump on welfare or basically take all the jobs and bring our minimum wage down to slave labor levels. I don't know about you guys out there, but I'm kind of getting prepared for this. Day to day, I take everything with a grain of salt, but some things are kind of staples. So 3 days, you can live 3 days without water before you're dead. 30 days without food before you're dead. 3 minutes without air before you're dead. And 30 seconds without shelter before your body starts deteriorating, and eventually you'll die from that. That 30 second one is kind of basically, if in my opinion, it would be if you were running around naked in the woods and the temperature dropped, you'd have your body would react within 30 seconds and you'd start feeling the effects. So that one's kind of up in the air, but I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not a fortune teller, but the only advice I could give everybody is to prepare in some way, some form. Water is super important. You have 3 days before you die without clean water. If you don't have good quality gravity-fed water filters, buy some immediately. That's the first thing you should be buying, because if something happens and there's no power, you're not going to have water at the tap in your house. So you need to be able to filter water from a river source, lake, stream, whatever, so you and your family can survive. I, in my previous videos, have purchased Berkey filters. The brand is called Berkey, and they are good. You basically buy a set, so 2, and 2 of them pretty much can last you for 2.5 years a piece. So total 5 years for one set. I bought 2 sets. That makes it possible for 10 years of clean drinking water security for myself and my family, if needed. So that's your number one. Food you can do after you do that. You got to have some sort of water filtering capability. You got to have an idea of where you can get water. And also optional means of filtering. If something happens, you drop your ceramic filter, it cracks, you're screwed. So have backups, have alternatives. There's plenty of videos on YouTube about that subject. So do your own research. I'm not out to scare anybody or fearmonger or whatever. I'm just telling you the news is pretty scary. The government is so corrupt now that it's just a joke, and you're basically on your own, and you should start thinking that way. You should start taking care of yourself, looking at where things are going, what you may need. The other thing, you want to have an alternative shelter other than your house. Could be a camper, a tent, whatever. But you also need to have a place to put that, and a safe place. So research that. The other thing, I would really leave food to last myself until you get those other things done. After food, I would get medical gear. Make yourself a nice medical kit. You don't have to be a doctor or anything. You want to be able to treat wounds, minor to medium wounds. I'm no expert at all. I don't even have a first aid course under my belt. Well, I took one like when I was young, but that's all forgotten, I'm sure. But anyway, take a course, make a kit. Plenty of videos on YouTube yet again. Really good stuff. I'm not even going to recommend any because there's so many out there. And it doesn't have to cost a ton of money, guys. I put together my kit, and I'm still putting it together from the dollar store. You can get tons of bandages there for $1. You can get hydrogen peroxide. You can get bleach. You can get polysporin. You can get medications there. Common ones: ibuprofen, acetaminophen, Advils, all kinds of different stuff. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but I'm just going to put this stuff out there. I don't know what's going to happen to all these migrants coming in. I don't even think the government knows, but I'm pretty damn sure that these people are bailing out of their country because it's pretty much collapsed. Our country, on the Western civilization here, we are, I'm going to say, in beyond a recession. If you don't have neighbors or friends that are struggling to get by, don't have work, or on welfare, that's a common thing now. That means the economy's in the tank. Why isn't it more prevalent or recognizable? The government is trying to paper it over. There's no bread lines like back in the Great Depression because there's food banks, there's welfare checks, there's whatever. But that can't go on forever, and I'm not even going to get into that because it's just going to be a nightmare. If let's say one day the government just stops handing out welfare, that's a hell of a lot of people going to be hungry, starving, thirsty, looking for their next meal, their next drink. And if you're not prepared, they're probably going to come into your house and take what you have, and then you'll be one of them and join the big mob of people like there on the screen. So it's going to be not a nightmare situation, Mad Max, Walking Dead situation. I'm not saying they're zombies, but after a couple weeks without food or drink, actually without food, they'd be dead within 3 days if they didn't have anything to drink. But they're going to be so vitamin depleted and mineral depleted that they're just going to be crazed like a zombie, or just like animals, and they're going to come for you possibly your friends and family, to get their next meal or whatever, or just to get ahead. They're going to take hey, your house looks pretty good. It's well fortified. We're going to take this as ours now. No. So, I'm just going to put this video out there for now. If I get a good response to it, I'll make more like this. Be sure to comment, like the video, share it. And like I say, I'm trying to do my best with what I got. And that's all you can do out there, guys. So, till next time.